Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Harika. So in this video, I'm going to explain about document understanding. So before I jump into the actual demo and talk about the technicality of this product, I wanted to just go behind what is the purpose of evolution of this document understanding. So guys, just imagine a practical example. So every day in and out, we deal with lot of invoices, lot of receipts, lot of documents, and also, certificates. So these data we wanted to maintain and we wanted to secure this data, right? As an individual, if we are maintaining this much, just assume what is the situation with organizations, what's the situation with big companies. So they also have so much of data that needs to be picked up from the documents, and they wanted to store it, read it, edit it, and do a lot many things behind it, right? So this has become a huge difficult task. Let's suppose even though many humans are working on them manually, there would be a lot of mistakes that can happen naturally, right? So in such case, as per statistics, it shows that 25,000 hours of rework is done while working on these documents. So let's assume how great it will be if we can train a robot to read the documents, to work on the documents, to edit the documents. There would be definitely some kind of accuracy that we could see, and also it could be very fast, right? And also that would give good customer experience. So as per statistics, it shows that we could save almost $87,000 of money by doing this process. So that's is a curious point behind document understanding. So document understanding is basically a product that would give you provide the robot with the activities that which enables the robot to read, to interpret, to extract the information from the documents, and to process the data. So that's actually the backstory behind document understanding, and this or the activities we're gonna see in the coming in the video later, which will help to read the documents, information from the documents, and how the robot can process the information from the document. If it's a structured data, we know we have many methods, like we can use PDF activities, we can use OCR, screen scraping, all these activities. But if it's an unstructured data, let's suppose if it's a handwritten document, if it's a scanned document, so if the document is varying from uh, one restaurant to another restaurant, so there would be different types of bills, right? So they don't follow a similar structure. So in such case also we have ML extractors, which would definitely easily can be used for pulling the information from those documents. So let's see how we can do that and how the architecture is all about. So in this video, to not drag it so much, I have given a clear understanding of what's the purpose of document understanding, what especially document understanding is. And basically it uses AI and ML capabilities to pull the information. So we would see that later how all these are involved and how this can help us to make the job easy. And I am going to talk about one of the component, which is taxonomy manager. So we would see how we can do in the future videos, complete videos on it. And now, without any delay, I would go to my studio and explain you how this actually works. So first of all, we would be dealing with the first activity that's called as Taxonomy Manager. So I already have it on my design panel if you just observe here. So if you wanted to get that here, you should take the package called uipath.intelligentocr.activities. So if you just observe here, the description itself shows you very clearly that the core activities that enable the usage of complete document processing framework, from taxonomy definition, digitization, document classification, data extraction, data validation, and classifier training. So I can say you these are the steps that we have to follow in order to extract the data from any kind of document. So first of all, let's start with taxonomy definition. So to put it into a pictorial diagram, I've just made this. So first of all, we will load the taxonomy and then we would digitize the document. Later we would extract the data from it by using different types of extractors based on our requirement. We have different types such as form based extractor, regex extractor, ml based extractor. And also after extraction of the data, based on the confidence score, we would send it to the present validation station. This is something which human has to be available and have to validate it. And after that we would export the result into a data set. So this is the whole process that we have to follow in order to export the results. So let's see one by one in detail. First, I'm going to talk about load taxonomy. So to make you understand it clearly, what is this term taxonomy and why we have to load this taxonomy? So first of all, I would, after you have installed this, I would say you can find Taxonomy Manager in your design panel. So just go and click on it so that you can see the Taxonomy Manager window here. So once after you see that, you can see the toast message appearing. The taxonomy file location is created. So once after you load the taxonomy, you will get a JSON file. So just I will show you. Just refresh this. I'll just close it and let me refresh this. So if you just observe under document processing folder, you can see taxonomy.json. This is the JSON file that gets created. As soon as you load the taxonomy, whatever the changes you do there, that would be reflected into the taxonomy.json. So first let's understand what is this taxonomy, why we have to load this taxonomy. So basically, let's assume in a project, if your process is about running an e-commerce website and reading the documents what are there in the e-commerce website. So let's assume there's a customer who is purchasing something from that website. So definitely he would get an invoice. And also once after the purchase is done, he would get some documents. So these are two different things that are there as a part of this process. So definitely you would have to whenever you're running this automation, you can have these two documents into the same document understanding process, but you can still identify them separately by loading the taxonomy. You can define them separately. So how you can do that? First you have to create a group and then category and then document. So you can identify that particular document by using the document type. So let me just show you. So I'm going to create one group here by just click the plus button there. So if the group name is, let's say if it's an unstructured document, I would say yes. And then I would add a category which says invoices. And I would say yes. And I'm coming to the document. So now I would give the document name as billing information. So if you see, it falls under unstructured group and category invoices. And now I have already taken one sample with me. Okay, so I believe I can have this in my folder. So which shows something like this. So which is something like this. This is the invoice that I have. I have downloaded it. And now I would say I will add the new fields. So I wanted to extract the billing invoice. So basically what we can extract from an invoice: invoice number, invoice date. Let's suppose I want due date also along with all these fields and the total. So how you can do that? You can customize this based on adding the values here. You can add the field values here. Let's suppose I wanted to add invoice number. I can add and I can give the type as number or text. But if you just observe here, we have something like US. So if you give number, that wouldn't be captured. So let's go for text and then I can save it. In the similar way, you can give invoice date. So for date also we have the type as date and you can customize the format here. So let's say here it is in the format of date, month and year. So I would say date, month and year. So that would be taken in that format if you provide. And we have a table present over here. So we have an option to select the table also. Let's suppose item information table, and I can provide table. So you have to provide the table column names. So I have quantity, description, unit price, and amount. Let's go with, so first of all, I wanted to add the column here. I can give the name of the column as quantity, and the type is number, and I would save it. And the next one is description, which is text, and then I would say price, which is number. So like that, I can create a table as well, and then I can save it so that it all the information inside this would be saved over here. And along with that, I wanted to take the total purchase amount, so which is a number. I would save this. And once after I save this, I can get a document ID, which I will show you shortly. So operation was successful and this is saved. So I'm just closing it. But if you just go again here and click on Taxonomy Manager, you can see after going inside, the document type ID is created, which is basically the group name, category name, and also the document name. So based on this, the information would be extracted. I can say this is the unique reference that would help the robot to pick the information from. And now let's suppose if you wanted to, now we have an invoice, right? And now we don't have an invoice. Let's suppose we have some other PDF document from which you wanted to extract. So inside the same group, you can add a new document. So let's suppose it is in the same industry, let's say unstructured, but if it's of different category, so I would say, so I am entering structured, unstructured group. I would say PDF document, and the group is, we already have a group here, structure, unstructured, and also we have invoice. So something like this, you can add the fields to it. So like that, you can load the taxonomy. And once after you load and create this, you can see the document ID just like this, but with a different document name, which is a PDF document. So based on that, the robot would actually pick the information from a particular document. So this is all about taxonomy, how we can load. So basically taxonomy is used to classify between the groups and the categories and identify the particular document and extract the information from the document. So that's how it actually works. We can load multiple documents under different categories, different groups, based on the chain that is following up, or the industry that it is actually dealing with. So once after you do that, this file will get will get appeared, and then we have something called as, inside this we have load taxonomy. This is the activity that I am going to pull up here. Okay, let me just pull this. So if you just observe, we can see this is the output variable that I can provide here. So based on this output value, I'm going to access further. So this is all about taxonomy, and going further, we can see the next one is digitization. So we will see how we can digitize the document and extract the document. And I would show for multiple things, like, if it's in case of an invoice and receipt, we can easily extract using ML based extractor. And if you wanted to see any of the video from end to end how this actually works. I have already posted long back on my LinkedIn page. You can just check out that video here, so which shows how we can actually take it from end to end. So that's give you a better understanding of how it actually works. So that's all for today, guys. So in the next video I would give very clear understanding about the other activities that which follows in the extraction of the information from the document. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for further videos.